Hi, hello. So, I thought of something. Also, let me switch to gameplay scene so that it'll automatically switch. So I thought of something. There's already a music player app that I have installed that I can use. Effectively, if you guys don't know, Windows comes with a great. All right, I'll have to go fill my water bottle up here shortly. Windows comes with with a what's it called? Like why am I blanking on the name? It comes with a music player. The media player app. I'm so stupid that I didn't think of this before. I mean it doesn't do music from the internet, so I actually have to go ahead and download stuff. But I've already got a bunch of songs downloaded because, well, I own the games and I've bought the soundtracks for them. So let me get this set up. Hold on. Application audio capture media player and Microsoft Media Player. Here we go. Let me put this under, I think it's, crap, I think I have to go setting. That's a Discord capture. I don't need that anymore. Audio. Perfect. Okay. And let me go find it, media player, filters, add a limiter, and I think -20 will be good. That should do it. Okay, cool. Let's see how this works. Hey, it's already working. Good. Anyways. You guys enjoy the main menu here while I go grab some water because somebody had to redeem hydrate. Alright, I'm back. Can you guys hear the music? Please tell me you guys can hear the music. I mean, it says that it's hitting the yellow, so that's good. Anyways. Water. Alright, let's do this. You can hear something. Lovely. Okay, let me... Filters. Let me change this to like -15. Because I always forget that decibels aren't a linear graph. They're an exponential graph, which means 1 decibel, just 1 decibel. 2 decibels is twice as loud. 3 decibels is twice as loud as 2 decibels. So 3 decibels is actually 6 times louder than 1 decibel. Where's the hole? Oh, hey, Undertaker, welcome back. Yeah, I always forget that decibels are a okay. Ignoring that, decibels are an exponential graph and not a linear graph, which is kinda odd, but also kinda makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, I've put myself in charge of a stupid project. You see, this is our current nether hub. It's a very small ice highway that connects up a bunch of portals. But it's really boring. Now, during my last Minecraft stream on Sunday, we actually went ahead and completely remade the spawn nether portal. To make it look a lot better, to say the least. So on top of that, we kind of need to make the nether portal side of the portal, the nether side of the portal, and make it look just as good. Hold on, let me. Hurt down to 10 and death down to 10. Cool. I have a question. What food do you like the most? Spicy, sweet, or sour? That's a good question. For me, I really like spicy stuff. Like, I'll take hot wings. I'll do hot wings. I'll do, I just like spice. And then apples. Like, Granny Smith apples. They're my favorite type of apple. Ow. Ow. Okay, hold on, let me... Need to put on my chest plate, I guess. What's on my sword? My sword has Sharp 5, Looting 3, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. Basically the only enchant it's missing is Sweeping Edge, but... the Sweeping Edge is kind of a nuisance at times. Yeah. Also, this is my Ender. I built it. Somebody removed the carpet. I gotta remember to bring carpet back over here to replace that. Who put Ender pearls in the fuel chest? Okay, that does it. No more fuel chest. Clearly, we don't need it. Alright. Cool. There. Just give me netherrack. I don't want to be... And just because I don't have any blocks on me. Oh, wait. No, I do. Hold on. Let me just replace this. Cool. I had a sword on SMP, a rhythm game serving me. That one shots the warden. Everyone while farming. Jeez. Like, what are some Disney that you like? What? I'm assuming like autocorrect or something took decided to say dishes. Oh, okay. I'm a very simple man. You give me to do anything fancy, and I just no, I can't. I cannot do fancy food. So I just like things. Yeah, autocorrect. Like I'll do tacos. Well, because I'm currently in school, I have to cook for myself, and my food of choice is just tacos. Straight up tacos every night. I haven't had anything else for dinner in like a week. Or like 3 weeks even. Yeah, so tacos are definitely up there. Oh, always good to have some ender pearls on you. By the way, I'm just playing the Minecraft soundtrack because of how I have it. Yeah, tacos are great, especially if you know how to do them right. Like, I just recently learned, because I make usually 3 pounds of meat at a time so that I have leftovers for the week. I just learned that a better method for tacos when reheating them is, instead of, I was normally doing it as a minute in the microwave to heat up the meat. A minute 30 works a lot better. I was so upset that I didn't know this sooner. Also, Minecraft. Where the hell did this guy come from? This dude, if you couldn't tell, there's really only a few ways into this place. Firstly, you've got this hole here. This hole here. This is only one of the ways. That's one of the few ways into the surface here. Another way, if I'm correct, this, like, somewhere over here, there's a hole into the bottom of the nether. Obviously, you can't see it because the chunks aren't loaded. So that's another way, but I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know how this bee got here. So there's just a bee flying around in what's going to become the nether hub. Oh, yeah, by the way, I don't think I actually explained this. So we did the entire nether portal. We made, like, the entire nether portal and all that, and I was like, you know what? We've made the nether portal and the overworld. Now we just need to make it look good in the nether. So I made this thing. This is this portal is as big as the one in the overworld. Maybe a little larger. And what I'm doing is, it'll be easier if I show you here. I have to clean out this circle from bedrock roof down to the nether portal floor at around Y80. That's why the title says I am stupid, because I willingly chose to do this. I was a willing participant in making this happen. And actually, I'm the only participant in making this happen right now, because I'm the only one who seems to focus on community stuff. Like, I built the server's first gold farm. Now, granted, I did make you pay a little for it, because I wanted to get a little head start, so, like, I was asking for ominous potions so that I could go get a mace and stuff. Oh yeah, I know you would. I mean, it's almost been a week, so you might get an invite sooner than later. I'll just owe him. This is... if reason why I'm saying the reason why I'm saying that is one of the times I was on this server, I think this was probably, like, just after the last stream, maybe not just after, but sometime after it. I was playing on the server with a few other people. Ty got on. By the way, that's Ty. Ty got on, and I was under my base, which has a little bit of water here and there underneath it, because I cut off parts of the old river, because it was just like, there's no point in having that not be a part of the island, so I cut off a little bit of the river here and there. And I just heard fish flopping around near the water sections, and I was like, huh, that's strange. I was like, you know, Ty's in spectator. He could be trolling. Eventually, I think it's in the chat logs here. Oh, there, I died there. I genuinely don't know where it happened, but effectively, hold on. I think that might be considered a taco. Like, it's like the entire debate with sandwiches. It's like, what counts as a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich? The answer is no, because the bun is in one piece. It's not two separate pieces of bread. The tacos are a part of that debate as one of the items of something that is fully encased in one thing of some type of bread. Anyways, basically what happened was I was typing to somebody and I saw a salmon spawn in front of me. And I saw a salmon spawn in front of me, and I basically just put in chat, I saw that. Ty responded with, you saw nothing, and then proceeded to leave the game. It's really funny. What have you sent me, Atomic? Jesus Christ almighty, what is that? Sure. Okay. No, most of those enchants aren't vanilla. Hell, how the enchants are listed isn't even vanilla, but good lord. Let's see. Abrasion 2, Blackout 4, Bleed 6, Caffeinated 3, Crit Luck 3, Cubism 7, Dexterity 2, Ender Slayer 6, Fishing 5, Fire Aspect 2, First Strike 5, Forceful Crit 6, Goliath 6, Knockback 2, Lifesteal 5, Looting 3, Mending, Might 3, Nether Affinity 3, Ninja 5, Sharpness 5, Soulstorm 2, which is in a different color for some reason, Stun 3, Sweeping Edge 3, Telekinesis, Unbreaking 3, Wisdom 3, and then just plus 3 Sharpness. That is certainly a sword. And it's called Sharp 7. Lovely. Yeah, I would absolutely love to make a data pack or something that adds custom enchants like that. It's just, holy crap, doing something like that is difficult. Like, if you guys don't know of the data pack, there's a data pack called... I can't remember what it's called. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly go look it up. Modrinth, tell me, what's the data pack called? Nope, data packs. If I just search enchant, it should come up, right? I've played with it multiple times. It's a super... Okay, I'm not gonna be able to find it very quickly. I do in fact like French toast. I very much enjoy it at the time during the times I do make it. Anyways, yeah, it's like something enchants. Why can't I remember the name? Technical Enchants. Technical Enchant Plus. That is the data pack. I've played with that data pack a lot, and I love it. It's incredible. They even turned it into a mod, but the mod is just it's just a jar file of the data pack, because you can do that, apparently. Let's see, I can share it on Discord. Oh, interesting. Yeah, feel free to in, like, gallery or something. Don't put it just, like, in the general chat, please. Yeah, so Technical Enchant Plus is a really good enchanting data pack. It's one of the few out there, and it adds a crap ton of new enchantment table enchants that you can get, and adds a system for enchanting with an enchanting table for those enchantments. However, the massive problem with technical enchants is that it's still a data pack, which means it's limited to Minecraft data pack jank. Which means that it can get very laggy at times. Like, one of the enchants for the boots is Lava Walker. It's basically a Frostwalker version of... it's basically just Frostwalker, but for lava. And it's cool. It's really good. Absolutely incredible enchant idea. However, to make it actually work like Frostwalker, where it'll melt behind you, basically. Like, the lava it turns lava into magma blocks and then turns magma blocks back into lava after a certain amount of time. It has to use a crap ton of entities to keep track of the position of every magma block that it converts. And that means that if you have, like, a speed potion, if you're going extremely fast running over lava, the amount of entities that you can create in like 5 seconds is somewhere around 1,000 or so. It's horrific in performance-wise. Like, it's an awesome idea. I absolutely love it. But once again, horrific performance. So all I'm going to say is props to the devs of that data pack, because that is not something easy to get working. And like, another thing that the data pack does is it detects multi-block structures. So enchanting tables, as you know, they're not really multi-block structure. They're not a single block structure. They can be, but they're not typically. I might be interested in checking out House of Leaves. I'll look at it a little bit more in my own time, but we'll see. Anyways, it actually does checks for enchanting tables, and even has you make your own custom bookshelves for an enchanting table to give it even more power. And it's just such a cool system, but once again, it's extremely laggy because it has to do multi-block checks, which unfortunately, unlike a mod, doing multi-block checks with a data pack is difficult. Oh. So, yeah, no, love technical enchants, but playing with it on a daily, on like just a normal server is not going to happen because of those limitations. Anyways, that's what I want to do with Minecraft at some point, is make my own custom enchants. I'm just thinking how cool it would be to have a data pack that adds custom enchants. Obviously, unfortunately, there are limitations, but if I'm correct, they're making, I think they actually made enchants more data-oriented, which means that you kind of can make your own enchants. However, it's still got some heavy limitations to what you can and can't do with it. Like, you can make an enchant, sure, but it won't appear in an enchanting table, it won't appear in villager trades. It's effectively just, oh cool, I don't even know if you can use like /enchant to get the custom enchantment. Basically, they try to do something, but they haven't fully implemented it to make it work well. So it's still a thing to come. By the way, tell me if I should make the music louder or quieter, because I don't know what decibel volume I should be setting it to. Because once again, decibels are exponential, not linear. Yeah, this is going to take forever, considering I was thinking about using a TNT duper for this, but it just, I mean, it might be wide enough. I definitely think this place is a little wider than 3 miles, so TNT dupers might be useful, but setting them up in the Nether, that is a different story that I don't want to have to deal with, so I'm just not going to deal with it. Yeah. Why did I choose to make a giant nether hub? I don't know. What I can tell you, though, is that it's going to look incredible when I'm done. You know what? Maybe TNT dupers aren't the way to go. But maybe, just maybe, I can go the way of... what is it? Just place down TNT. Because Netherrack has a significantly lower hardness value, so it's a lot easier to blow up. And that might just be what I need. And I had that was what you saw was I think like either the second or third time I had to go repair my pickaxe while building this place or mining this place out, because it is just so big, so utterly massive. Cool. Anyways. I did not want to have to deal with a ghast blowing stuff up. He seemed pretty chill though, so that's... maybe I could have just left him. Alright. I'm switching between my Silk Touch pickaxe and my Fortune 3 pickaxe, because, you know, it's Netherrack. Neither one does anything special to Netherrack. So, don't really care. Oop, Twitch is going on ad break. Hey Twitch, did you guys know that if you have Amazon Prime, I'm not going to. You know what? No, it's not worthwhile. I will not be a sellout like that every 5 seconds, because as cool as it is that I can get paid to do this, I shouldn't be getting paid to do this because I'm not treating it like a job. I'm treating it as a hobby. I'm doing this for the fun of it. But it always surprises me that I in fact have gotten paid for streaming. Have the ability can re-hit board. Good lord. Wild enchantments, man. Truth be told, I think the entire enchanting system in Minecraft needs to be completely overhauled. Because mending is way too overpowered. You're telling me that I can keep this netherite pickaxe for so long without having any problems. That's just stupid. So yeah, mending is completely overpowered. The sharpness enchant, like, those enchantments are actually pretty balanced. But how you get them is absolutely not, because your choice is either slavery or gambling. Those are your two options for getting in the enchants that you want. That, you know, speaks volumes that your two options are slavery or gambling. And even in slavery, it's the start of it is gambling. Anywho's. Alright, let's see. I've got a good portion of this circle dug out, at least. Like, I'm on to, like, the last third or so. Oh, that's still quite a bit. Alright. Nice and chill, just digging out this, circle. By the way, the radius on this thing is 100 meters. So, knowing the radius, it's pi r squared, that's 1,000, that's about a 3, that's just around, just over 3,000 blocks, just over 3,100 blocks per layer. I'm doing 2 of these layers right now. So this is over 6,200 blocks that I'm mining out. Let's see, what else do we got? And then I gotta mine it all the way down to the nether portal floor. So that's even more than 6,200, obviously. Could make it. That's definitely an interesting idea. I'm not certain about it because, like, obviously one of the big problems with Minecraft is that if your tools break, it takes a but long time to get them back to what they were. And like the repairing system is good. The repairing system is a good thing that Minecraft has because you can just repair your tools with the ingot or the gem or whatever of that tool. Or you could repair it with another one of the same tool, which is actually cheaper to do. Which, you know, that's all good. But we definitely need a way. I think mending should stay. I think absolutely mending should stay, and I don't think you should be required to replace your tools. It's just for me, I think mending needs to change in a fundamental way that makes it less powerful. Because that is the biggest problem, is that mending is just so powerful. Like, I have an ender. Like, okay, actually, it's more of either make mending less powerful or make experience harder to get. But making experience harder to get affects so much more of the game than just mending. So the obvious solution is to change something about mending instead of just changing how experience is gotten. Because, like, I can imagine how many people would be annoyed if you were no longer able to make Guardian XP farms or enders. The outrage would be insane. So mending needs to change in some fundamental way. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, okay, actually, I did like your idea. Now that if I'm thinking about it a little more, your idea of the tool slowly wearing down is a very interesting one. What I'm thinking is, what if mending just makes your tool unbreakable? Your pickaxe still has a durability bar, but when its durability hits 0, it doesn't just completely break. It instead just gets decreased efficiency. And so instead, mending will extend the life of your pickaxe as well. So, like, let's say right now, obviously, I'm running with an efficiency 5, I'm breaking 3 netherite pickaxe. Let's say when the durability bar of this thing hits 0, its durability resets, and it goes down like a level. So now instead of it being efficiency 5, it's efficiency 4. Which, for me, I wouldn't notice much because I'm still mining netherrack. And it's not like it removes the enchantment or actually decreases the enchantment level. It's just, it physically makes the tool, even though it's still efficiency 5, it's now the tool has degraded to a point where the efficiency to keep up the same thing as efficiency 5, you'd have to go and repair it. So instead, it's basically like every time your durability bar completely empties out, it resets the durability and then lowers its effect. So like efficiency 5 goes to 4, then goes to 3, 2, 1, and then its effect, you'll be using your pickaxe as if it doesn't have an efficiency enchantment. And then it just keeps going. All of a sudden, you're no longer using a netherite pickaxe. It's diamond, then iron, and so on and so forth. If I think I have the mod, I do not have... No, I do. There it is. Plus, you see it says plus 26 mining efficiency? Imagine if that number decreased every time the durability bar hit 0. Until it's effectively as fast as using your fists. And by doing it that way, it makes it so that you can use your pickaxe for a whole lot longer. But it also makes you consider when you should repair it. And a full, like for netherite is such an annoying resource to get, and it's a limited resource. You can't get infinite netherite. You should be able to fully repair it with a single ingot. Like that, sure, that's overpowered, but it also means that you have to decide when exactly you want to repair your pickaxe. Because you could use 1 ingot to go from having efficiency 4 levels of breaking speed to back to having efficiency 5 levels. Or you could have your pickaxe, you could continue using it until like it's so bad that you'd much rather have it repaired, and then you can use a full ingot to get back to its full level. Like, I think that'd be an interesting idea. Speaking of, I need to go repair. Where is the hole? I think it's this way. Nope, there it is. And so obviously as well, the name of like having it be mending wouldn't make much sense anymore. So it wouldn't be mending, it would be something, it'd be some other type of enchantment name, just because it does this stuff, but it isn't mending your pickaxe, it's extending its lifespan. It's like a quality craftsman thing. I really don't know what I would call the enchantment, but definitely would call it something other than mending. Do I have any on me? No, I don't. So yeah, I think that idea is a lot more interesting, because it means that you still have to go out and repair your tools, or you still have to go out and get the materials to repair your tools, but you're no longer having to actually... How much experience do these things have? They're not full. I'm not going to take anything yet. Shut your screaming. I also need to cover this bridge in like carpet or something, because these Endermen keep teleporting out. Yeah, it means that you still have to go out and get materials to repair your tools with. And it's not something as easy to get as experience. Now, I know some people do what's it called? There are mods out there that also like make mending more powerful by allowing you to take experience from your bar, which I think is cool. But once again, yeah, look at this. BRB 08. Okay, it was a minute 3 seconds, but still, that's really funny. You are not allowed on the bridge. How do they get the ability? When did they unlock that ability? Clearly I need to, you know what? No, to keep them, wait. Oh yeah. This is a problem that we have. People just add on to this without thinking. Like, that actually won't work, because then they'll be able to teleport onto the Netherrack. They don't think. They don't think about what they're adding. Ugh, I'm gonna have to clean that up at some point. Also, what was that? Exactly. Hold on, I'm curious. What the hell? Okay, what I saw was this. I was flying and I saw this. What is this? It's like a labyrinth? This is really cool, actually. It's all bottom slabs so that Enderman can't spawn here. There's diamonds? Is that Moonhaven? Or Moonrise, that's it. Moonrise. Is that Moonrise? Hold on. I'm gonna go have to check the server, the Discord, to see. Where? There it is, Kingdoms. No, that's not Moonrise. So is that Windrest? It is. Okay. What is Windrest doing in the end here? Very interesting. Alright. Well, back to the Nether I go. You know, it's really nice working in the Nether, because I'm a phantom who burns up in the sun. So being in the Nether means that there's no sun to burn me up. Anyways, it's insane to me that for the first time in I don't even know how long, somebody beat A-Dog to being first. Atomic, I salute you. You somehow beat the one man who was grabbed first every stream. You know what? Maybe I should make the... I wonder if I'd be able to make it a data pack. That seems a little unlikely to be built into a data pack, but... there's maybe a... But I was thinking, I could probably learn how to do a bit of modding to make a mod that does exactly what we were talking about with replacing mending. So I think that's just an incredible idea. Yeah, I'm about to just start killing the children. They are getting in the way. And like, here's an interesting thing. This is something that has predated even the mending enchant. If you guys have ever played with Tinker's Construct, Tinker's Construct is an old mod. Actually, does it predate mending? It might. I don't remember what version of Minecraft Tinker's Construct was first made for, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it predates. What's it called? Pretty sure it predates mending. Anyways, Tinker's Construct did mending in a different way. Because, like, with Tinker Construct tools and armor and stuff, you can't put mending on it. You can't enchant Tinker's Construct stuff normally. Instead, you have to modify it with different materials. And what they did for mending was, instead of having mending, there was the Overslime. Overslime was like a second health bar that your tool got. And it was you filled it with slime, and that slime would be used up in place of durability in cases. That was an interesting alternative to mending. Now, granted, I still don't think it works well in Minecraft sense, because as cool as it is, we already have our major uses for slime, which is mostly like flying machines and stuff, so other uses for slime just doesn't seem great, but it's an interesting idea. Like, and that could be another thing, basically give your tool two durability bars, one that can be mended and one that cannot. That honestly might be the better way of going with mending, because even though I think my idea is really cool with it, or I guess I should really call it Atomic's idea, I just iterated on it. The problem with it is that it's going to be very annoying. Because, like, you've got this incredible pickaxe. Oh, I just hit my knee. You got this incredible pickaxe. But you can only use it to... but you're mining at a wooden pickaxe speed. That's not fun. And sure, you can just go out and repair it with, you know, another ingot and get everything back and use it for, what, another, like, 10,000-12,000 times? It's... hell, actually, it's more than that because of unbreaking. But, anyways. You get the point. That would be funny. What would be funny? Mining with a netherite pickaxe with efficiency 5, but at wooden pickaxe speeds. Yeah, okay. That would be pretty fun. I can already do that. Wait. I can already do that. Wait a second. Wait. Hold on a second. I can already do that. Bro, what the... I can already do that. Hold on a second. I can already do that. Wait. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. MC Stacker, tell me I can do that. Tell me I'm thinking correctly. Tell me I'm in the right mind right now. Okay, netherite pickaxe. Okay, right, this is for 1.21.8. Either way, this would mean that I might have more options, though. Attribute modifiers, block attacks, break sound, can break, can place on consumable, custom data, blah, blah. I don't know what damage resistant does. I'm assuming it's not what I'm looking for. Enchantments. Max damage, repair cost, repairable, tool. Oh my goodness, default mining speed. And I can do this. Wait a second. I don't know if I can. Okay, I know I can do it in 1.21.8 because that's what the current version of MC Stacker does. But hold on, let me check. Let me check the versions. Let me go back to the 1.20. Let me go back to MC Stacker for 1.21 and try it there. All right. Can place on, can break, enchantments, food, jukebox playable. I forgot that's an option. Tool. Oh my god, I can do that. I can make this a data pack in for 1.21 plus. I don't think it'll. If I'm correct, it won't work for 1.21. It won't work below 1.21. But that's insanity. I'm going to check it as well. I'm going to go version 1.20.5 / 1.20.6 and check that. Okay, pickaxe. No, tool is still here. Default mining speed. Okay, cool. So hold on. Let me. So okay, then if anything, 1.21 or 1.20.5 is going to be the earliest version I could make this data pack for, because that's when a lot of big data pack changes happened. So then 1.20.4 and below, I'd probably have to use attributes. Water. Okay. Rude. Anyways, hold on. Absorption, luck, attack speed, armor, toughness, Okay, no. So, I can only... So I've checked it. 1.20. I can make a data pack for 1.20.5 and up that does exactly what I'm suggesting. However, there's the problem with the durability. That's a push-up. Lovely. Alright. Cool. Anyways, hi Anon. So you came in while I was realizing that I can make a data pack for an idea I just had to replace mending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. That's not one push-up, Anon, that's 5. Get your numbers straight. So... what? What do you mean? When you, what had what? What? I'm confused now. Oh, sorry, right, you. Yeah, this is an idea that Atomic initially came up with that I've iterated on. I think, sorry, that's what I should say. I do apologize, Atomic. Alright, Anon, you can shut it. But yeah, no. Basically, the idea is, instead of mending, you have an enchantment that just lowers the efficiency of it. Okay, the enchantment makes your tool unbreakable. Your tool no longer takes kind of unbreakable. Your tool still takes damage, it still has durability. But every time you go to break your pickaxe, instead of the pickaxe breaking when it hits 0 durability, it instead says, oh, your pickaxe has hit 0 durability. Okay, let's reset your durability bar, and you'll see, on this pickaxe, it has a 26 mining efficiency. Well, that number goes from being 26 to 25. And every time you break your pickaxe, or, quote-unquote break your pickaxe, it goes down a level. It goes 26 to 25, then 25 to 24, and so on and so forth. And so, there is no more real mending to it. You can't go and get experience to repair your pickaxe or any of your tools. It's just every time it hits a lower level, or every time it goes to break, it instead just lowers its the power of its main functionality. So, for like pickaxes, axes, and shovels, it'll do less and less. It'll become less fast. It'll decrease in speed every time you break it. And then with what's it called? Then with like a sword, a sword and an axe as well, it'll decrease its attack damage. And so slowly but surely, your tools become more and more, or become worse and worse, but you can just repair them like you would do normally. However, instead of it being like a massive repair cost, it's one item, like, or I guess for netherite and diamonds, it's only one to fully repair it. For things like iron and gold, which you can actually automate in game, it is also extremely easy to find. Instead of it being a single item repair cost, it would be multiple items, which means having tools that aren't diamond and netherite are actually more beneficial, because you can repair a full level without feeling like you're wasting materials. Because, like, this pickaxe here, it has a maximum mining efficiency of 26, as we saw. And that's the maximum you can get in vanilla Minecraft, because you can't go above efficiency 5 unless you use commands. So, I basically, if I were to use this tool down to its last bit of durability, so that its mining efficiency becomes 0, and it has 0 durability at 0, I can use a single netherite ingot to repair all of that durability, which is 2031. Let's do the math here. I hate that comes up. So 26 levels times 2031. That's 52,000 durability. And that's 52,000 times I can use this pickaxe before it becomes effectively useless. And honestly, I think it could work something like an elytra. Like, the elytra is an unbreakable tool. An elytra cannot break. It is... If it gets to 0 durability, it becomes a broken elytra instead. And you just can't use it. I think you could apply the same logic to other tools. Like with your pickaxe, if your pickaxe reaches the last level and hits 0 durability, you just can't use it. It just doesn't work anymore, because, well, it's going to take forever to mine. You might as well use your fist. And just by doing it that way, you get a lot more use out of it, because, like, for me, I'm currently down in the nether. I am mining away at netherrack like there's no tomorrow. But for me, I don't need a netherite pickaxe with efficiency 5. I could go down a significant number of mining levels without the and still be able to insta-mine the netherrack, just because of how weak netherrack is. So for me, that would mean I could probably spend 3 times longer in here before I have to go out and repair my pickaxe. Right. And it's a way to make it, it's your tool, it basically means that your tool lasts longer, but you've also got to make a decision. Well, here's the other part of it. You've kind of got to make a decision with your better tools, like netherite and diamond, to repair it all, for me, like all 50,000 durability. I just need a single netherite ingot. However, the problem with that is that you could go ahead and do what I'm doing right now. You could go out and mine something. Like, let's say I'm going out and mining a ton of deep slate. Deep slate is a block that you can't insta-mine. You can make it a lot faster, sure, with like a haste 2 beacon and all. But you can't, no matter what, you can't insta-mine it. Now, what you can do is you can, or stone. Stone is a better idea. Stone is an insta-mine block. It can insta-mine only, but only if you have a diamond pickaxe with with efficiency 5 and a haste 2 beacon. That is the only way you can insta-mine stone. Now, with this method, the second you drop down like a level or 2 on your pickaxe, your mining efficiency goes down just that little bit too far, where even with haste 2, you can't insta-mine stone. You get to make a decision of, do you keep mining stone at a slower rate and not waste materials on repairing? Or do you waste materials on repairing so that you can continue insta-mining stone? It's a decision of, do you prefer efficiency? Which efficiency do you prefer? The efficiency to excavate or the efficiency to repair? It's completely up to you, and I think that is a very interesting idea. And so what I was doing is I was checking if I could probably make that a data pack, and for 1.25 plus, I in fact can. So who knows, maybe one day I'll make that a data pack. Surprised Ty's on. Oh, you know what? He's probably preparing for the tournament tomorrow. Well, yeah. That's one of the options that you're given. However, not the issue with doing that is that well, remember, your pickaxe doesn't ever break. It never breaks, it just gets lower in efficiency. And truthfully, it would, like, especially for... Actually, no, just in general. It is just more... it is still cheaper to repair your tool instead of making a completely new one. Because, like, if you think about it on the... Like, on the iron, gold, and copper levels, it's not... There clearly is... Hello. Did you see a ladder fall here? Oh, there it is. Alright, never mind. Anyways. Yeah, so basically, on the... Anything that isn't diamond or netherite, the repair cost is... is insignificant. But with diamond and netherite, because a single ingot can fully repair your pickaxe, like, as I was saying with stone, you could go down a level or two, and it would... Yes, I got a very creaky chair, and I just don't like this chair in general, but that's a discussion for another time. The thing with this idea is that your pickaxe can last 2-3 times as long. It's just it can last 2 times longer than a normal pickaxe would, or it could last 50 times longer than a normal pickaxe could. It's just your choice of when you feel like the speed decrease is is too much for you or too little. That is the decision you get to make. And that's... So yeah, you could make, like, if you've got the resources, you could theoretically just completely make a completely new, like, netherite pickaxe with all the enchants and stuff. But that won't do you any good. Because it won't do you any good because it's still more efficient to just... Because making a new tool for a diamond pickaxe, that you're just wasting 3 diamonds to make a new pickaxe when you could just use 1 to repair the one you've already got. It's just more... It is still more resource efficient to just make a new pickaxe, or just to repair your old pickaxe. I thought of that as well, but also, like, the problem with making a new tool is just that it's basically just remove mending, and that's going to annoy a lot of people because then you have to get the tool re-enchanted, and then it just becomes less worthwhile to do that. Like, the reason for doing it becomes lost because, like, this pickaxe is going to break anyways, so why even enchant it? I mean, it's just... That's a reason why mending was added. If that wasn't a problem, mending wouldn't exist. So, no matter what, I do believe we should have a way to keep our tools as they are. But I'm just trying to... We're just looking for workarounds that isn't as overpowered as mending. And, like, understandably... If you do want to go... Yeah, well, I mean, we can. But there are still limits. Anyways. The idea is having a way for tools to remain with you. For longer times. Making them more useful... but also not completely overpowered. There's a lot of questions to it. And, like, even the mod idea that Atomic and I have discussed, it's not perfect because it still can be seen as pretty overpowered, because, like, if, let's say, you just made a brand new diamond pickaxe with efficiency 5 on breaking 3 and everything, well, you know, you can just go out and go find a single diamond, and so long as you have that diamond at the ready, you can just repair your pickaxe to be full power again. Yeah, so there's a lot of limitations. There's a lot of things that we still have to figure out, but overall, it's a good starting point. And truth be told, I could make a data pack for you, Anon, that just like basically completely removes vending as a option. I could make a data pack where, like, if you get mending on a tool, it's not mending, it becomes unbreaking 1 or something. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of things that we can do, but once again, it's all up to user. It's all up to the certain person of how it should be done. Do I still have the? Ooh, yes I do. I still have my plates of roast chicken. By the way, Anon, the Forge's base has been very helpful to me. I went over there and grabbed like 6 stacks of eggs so that I could start my own little chicken farm. Yeah. Not like anybody who would want that base wouldn't want me taking the resources would play to stop me. Hell, I played a chicken. Rip El Bozo. Skill issue. Oh, also, I'll have to go to the spawn to show you, but I got signage in for the 3 Mile Pub. It's horrible. It's actually dog shit. Pardon my language, but it is. Yeah, I know where the gunpowder room is. You showed it to me. Yeah, no, the signage for 3 Mile Pub, it's horrible. I absolutely need to get something better. I'll do that. But I just don't care enough right now to get something better, so I'm not. Like, I needed something to go there, because it was bothering me that there were just glass frames there for so long. Hey, it's my business partner. And also kind of rival. It's really funny the type of, like, relationship I have with Galaxy, because we're kind of rivals, because I run 3 Mile Pub, they run the Stillwater Diner. But then we're also business partners, because we've kind of made an agreement or something along those lines. I don't know the terms of our agreement, but any case. Yeah, Stillwater Diner. Anyways, I'm gonna go show this off to you guys now, but... Oh, hey, it's nighttime. Cool. I was just going to use free cam to go over there, but I can just fly over here like this. So, signage. As I said, it's horrible. It does not look good in the slightest, but it works for what it needs to work for. And then, up here, we've also got photos of the cooling towers. Each of these photos was taken not long after the tower itself was... Yes, exactly, Anon. They're not great, but I wanted it to look like it was kind of wood-carved, so that's why it looks like that. Anyways, yeah, these pictures were taken right after the cooling towers were finished. And as you can see, I've got places for 2 more pictures. And I might put some down here, we'll see. Also, I now have a ladder and a trapdoor for that area. Yeah, like, it's supposed to look like the woods, it honestly feels like it does have a small 3D effect. But It's supposed to look like the 3 Mile Pub was carved out of the wood behind it. Like the wooden background. Anyways. Also, here's the finished spawn portal. A lot of fun things went in. We also have a fog effect in the back. Yes. It's so much nicer. I went the wrong way. Yeah. And eventually... Nope. Only a shulker's worth. Huh. Anyways. Eventually the entire portal area in the Nether is going to be completely overhauled. Anywho's, let me go repair my pickaxes because, once again, they're broken. Back to it. 39 points, 38 points. There's more spells for the good God. I'm gonna be honest, Anon, if I'm gonna work on that origin, it's going to be one of the last origins I work on. Because there's no way I do that with any sanity left in my head. Organ? Where? Organ, where? Oh, because of origin, right? Yeah. I did say origin. It might have not come through well on my microphone, though. It is a pretty bad mic. So much experience to repair my pickaxes. Like, this is what I mean by the fact that mending is overpowered. Like, I can sit here for 5 minutes, and I've gotten 2 pickaxes fully repaired. It's insane. Alright, yum. Well, back to it. Man, I love when it's nighttime. It means I don't die in the sun. Okay, I had initially removed it because I got my, I was in a crash and I didn't want to overstress my leg that was in a cast, or not a cast, it wasn't a cast, it was more like a brace just to make sure I didn't bend the knee. So I removed it because of that, but then also like, its existence was just a more expensive push-ups, and I was doing push-ups I've been doing the push-ups like within 5 or 10 seconds of the reward being purchased, so yeah, it just didn't seem like a worthwhile thing to keep. Are there? There are. No, they're not. Anyways. Yeah. I very much enjoy the Phantom Origin, because once you get a solid food source, there's just no worries. Like, with on servers with Farmer's Delight, being a Phantom is easy peasy lemon squeezy. On servers without Farmer's Delight, being a Phantom's a little trickier, but so long as you've got enough villagers to buy golden carrots from, you're good. There's another hydrate. Water. I'm almost done with these 2 layers. I don't know what made me decide that it was a good idea to mine out such a large area. But, I mean, hey, it'll look good. Like, I'm just... Goodness me. Yeah, I gotta get this last bit over here. Rude. Where's my helmet? There it is. Cool. Anyways. Yeah, this is going to be a fun project to work on. But it should look really nice in the end. Because we'll have an actual nether hub. And a big one at that. Like, who knows? Maybe we could make some plots in the nether hub for shops. And have that in as well as the spawn plots. Because I got a feeling people are going to be visiting the nether hub quite as often, maybe even more often than spawn. Any case, this is a big hub. It's got a 100 block radius. So over 3,100 blocks per layer. Which means I've mined out over 6,200 blocks in this layer alone. Had to go repair my pickaxes 3 or 4 times now to finish it off. There's still that bit, but that bit's a little bit precarious. So, statistics. How many netherrack blocks have I mined? 86,000. Did I do the math wrong? Oh, yeah, I did the math wrong. Pi r squared. 100 times 100 isn't 1,000, it's 10,000. Which means I've mined over 62? Yeah, 62,000 blocks. Oh. Yeah, I did my math wrong. I gotta be patient. I do big builds. Like, my base is a nuclear reactor. I had to make I had to slowly but surely make the massive building for it. Alright. The next goal here is to mine out all of the netherrack blocking up the bedrock. Because what I want is for the ceiling to just have exposed bedrock. Because I think that would look really cool. So it's just a lot of mining lines. And then there's going to have to be some cleanup because there's blocks. Like, there's netherrack blocks like this guy. I'm not going to get this guy because there's bedrock right there where I would mine it. So I gotta do some cleanup there as well. And then once that's all said and done, I have no idea when applications will resume. That does seem like a good time for them to resume applications is after the tournament. Which I don't remember who the teams are. Like Moon, I'm pretty sure Windrest got their team together, which is just basically the Ruins plus one other member of Windrest. Yeah, that adds up. Oh, this is... I don't like this. This is hurting my head. The nice thing about doing this as well, though, is that I should run into a few pieces of ancient debris. Because even though I'm very high up and I'm not going far down. It's a very big circle. Like 12 diagonal blocks. They want to talk big circles. Let's talk big circles. I know a thing or two about big circles because that's literally all I've done. The cooling towers are just a series of big circles. The Nether Hub is just one giant cylinder. The big circles are kind of what I work on. These mobs are getting on my nerve. Anyways. Yeah. Big circles are what I do. Maybe I should go over to where they're working and just say, what big... Let me see this big circle you're talking about. That's pretty average. That would be really funny. Yep, ad break. With Twitch Prime, or isn't it called Twitch Turbo now? Whatever it's called, you can skip ad breaks. I'd only be preaching to the people who have a subscription right now, which is really funny. Oh, good. The shorter the ads are, the better. Yeah. With Twitch Prime, or whatever it's called, like Twitch Turbo or whatever, you can skip the ad breaks. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I wish I didn't have to do ad breaks, but I have to if I want to keep my affiliate. And if we were to if I were to lose my affiliate, channel points would no longer be a thing. Granted, I do have I do have an alternative, but it's not as easy to use as Twitch's integration. So, that's one thing. Okay, is that coming from below me? It is. I always hear the gas. I'm like, are those coming from below or above? Any case. Anyways. Anyways, let's just continue mining out the ceiling so that it looks really cool, because the entire point of the ceiling is just have the bedrock exposed. There's nothing else to it. Maybe we'll put a light or two in it, a few lights in it. Honestly, probably not. But it's, I think it'll look really cool with exposed bedrock. Anyways, if that's a 50 block radius, that is a pretty big circle. If it's a 50 block diameter, that's a kind of small circle. The child noticed that I was holding out a bow. And I was like, okay, never mind. Because I've shown I'm not afraid to shoot a child. Don't take that out of context. Do not... I just... You know, I should... I've got the thought capacity of Good Times with Scar. Goodness me. I feel like I'm walking for so long. Oh my god, there's so many what are these dirt platforms? Okay, I'm curious. There are dirt platforms here. They're just dirt platforms. They were, you know what? They were probably used for gathering glowstone. Anyways. Time to continue mining. By the way, the next repo stream will probably be Tuesday, as that it sounds like we'll be doing our archipelago stuff again on Tuesday. I don't think anybody's made progress on it since then, but... Okay, good. I got the blocks even though there was a zombie piglin blocking my view. Ugh. God, I would love to... I would love to have somebody help me work on this, but I don't think there's a single person on the server that would even dare consider doing this other than me. Dang, Galaxy throwing shade out here. Go! Oh, hi, James! I love that clip. It's such a good clip. But yeah, Tonic, thanks for the 100 biddies. I feel like I should put in chat. Hey man, I'm not that bad. I'm a phantom. This is going to take so long. Because I have to get... Because the thing is 100 blocks in radius. If I'm correct, it's 201 in diameter. It's either that or 199, but I'm not sure which. Either case, I have to go through and remove the netherrack for the entire roof. Eventually, I'll be finished, though. Bro, you might be cooked. The good news is that if somebody does get your account login details, they're not going to be able to do anything. Like, the most they could do is buy... they couldn't even buy a meal at McDonald's. Even that's more expensive than that. Chaos. So many blocks, man. So many. So many. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. Just enough to... How it feels to chew 5 gum. I remember that ad became... Those ads became a meme. Like, an incredible meme. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly do something, but I mean, I understand why they became a meme. They're funny to think. It's really funny because it's like how it feels to chew 5 gum. You put something there that's just something that's stupid and crazy. And then you just... And then it's just like a 5 gum, stimulate your senses. It's good. Anyways, hold on, I'm just quickly doing something. Okay. Bro, why is this being so annoying? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. That's all good. Yep. Alrighty then. Time zones exist. They do. I don't know about you, but I put my time in a 24-hour format with a UTC time code. I'm crazy. And I'm fully aware of it. Like, if you guys didn't know, EST is UTC minus 5. And EDT is UTC minus 4. Because daylight savings. I was just thinking about how funny it would be if I fell into lava. But I was also realizing I have a fire res potion, so I'll be fine. Like, I keep fire res potions on me because I burn in the daylight. And because everybody hates phantoms, they always have to sleep through the night. Which makes me burn! They're annoying. I will admit, I hate phantoms myself. However, I would like to live as well, please, and thank you. God. So much. Okay, just a random thought I was thinking of. Random thing I thought of is about Twitch streams. There are two types of overlays that you got on Twitch. You got the full screen game or the windowed game. Now I am what you would consider a full screen game streamer, because my overlay puts the game over the entire area that the stream can use. Now, the windowed games are ones like Ty's streams, where he actually has a section of the stream which isn't just he has a section of it that's dedicated to the game, but the entire window isn't the game. And I do wonder, like, is there one better than the other? It's very, I mean, they both have their advantages and disadvantages, but I truly wonder which one people prefer. It's like, with mine, part of my gameplay is currently covered up by my overlay. Like, if you look, my inventory is completely covered up by the tipper notification. Which, because of how I do things, isn't that bad. But it is... It means, though, that part of the game is always covered up. Yeah, it is very curious, because one of them allows you to see the gameplay in, like, higher quality. Because scaling that down means that there's less bits per there's less pixels per for the game to render on. So on one, you get more room to see the stream. On the other, you have more room to keep the game unobtrusive. I guess it really all is just preference. So much netherrack. I'm going to slaughter your entire bloodline. Okay. So there are multiple reasons why the quality could be horrendous. One of the biggest ones is typically internet quality of the viewer. Depending on how good your internet is, depends on how good the stream's going to look. However, obviously, that's not always the case. Like, if you have really good internet or, you know, decent internet, like, if you're able to view my stream without bitrate problems, I mean, actually, you're probably going to have a few bitrate problems because of how many particles are going on here. My bitrate's probably dying right now. But anyways, if the other reason is there's two reasons why there's two reasons that the person can control And then one reason that one thing that the streamer cannot control. The one thing the streamer cannot really control is their internet. Like, if they're paying for internet of a certain quality, they cannot get any better quality than that. So if their internet is crap and they can't, like, afford better internet, or, you know, it's just not economically viable to get better internet, then they just have to make sure that their bitrate is lower, or they stream in a lower quality. However, yeah, I was going to say, if you have 10 megabits up or higher, 10 to 15 megabits up or higher, you basically can stream at the maximum quality that Twitch allows for. Now, the other reason, the thing that they can control, however, is firstly what is happening in the game that they're playing. Like, one thing that happens a lot with streams is that in Minecraft specifically, when it's raining or something, the bitrate drops. It dies because there's so many changes in the frames that it has to send out more data than it can handle. Oh shit. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, god damn it. Alright. I stopped paying attention. That was my Silk Touch pickaxe as well. At least I have the villagers. Anyways. Going off of that, there's the second thing that they can control. Because, like, obviously, specifically in Minecraft's case, you can just turn particles to minimal. Like, if I go particles here, normally that you'd be able to just set them to minimal, but obviously because I'm running sodium, I have options. The other thing that you can do for getting... Wait, I just realized, why don't I just fly to a bastion? I'll just fly to a bastion and get a netherite ingot from one of those. The other thing that will happen... Oh, I angered an enderman. Bye, mate. The other thing that they have to control is the quality that they're streaming at. One of the biggest things that new Twitch streamers will completely ignore is the quality of the stream. Basically, even though your computer can handle it and your internet can handle it, streaming at certain qualities is actually not helpful. In fact, it will hurt your performance. Okay, northeast is the way to go. Yeah, so, basically, my computer, my monitor is 2K resolution. It's 2560 by 1440p at 144 hertz. However, and my internet would absolutely be able to handle me streaming at that quality. However, you'll notice that the quality only goes up to 720p at 60 FPS. And that's for a very good reason. It's because Twitch limits how high of a quality you can stream at, or it limits how much bandwidth you can have. So, like, obviously, Twitch's bandwidth limit is 6,000 kilobits per second, which is roughly 6 megabits per second. But that is Twitch's absolute limit, due to encoder problems. One big thing is that a lot of streamers, they'll use NVIDIA NVENC coding. Like, hold on, let me go check my encoding options. Output. Yeah, I'm using NVIDIA NVENC H264. NVIDIA NVENC, I'm pretty sure NVENC and H64 are both either like copywritten, trademarked, or something of the matter. So that means when you encode using it, the person encoding, the person using the encoder or decoder owes a fee to NVIDIA for using their encoding and using their encoding. Now that, oh, I saw it on the map. Now that's a big problem. Because if you haven't noticed, you don't ever actually buy or spend that money. Ugh. Oh, hey, wait, no, never mind. I was like, there's no other writing it in here. Yes, there is. I was just being blind. Anyways. As I was saying, yeah, so you obviously, even though you're the one using the encoder, you're the one encoding the data, you're not actually paying to use the encoder. Because you want to know who does have to pay to use the encoder? Twitch. Twitch has to pay to decode the data that you send, and you need to be able to encode it and decode it because so that you can send like the correct amount of data, or so that you can send a lot of data in smaller packets. But yeah, the biggest problem is that part of Twitch has to pay to use the encoding, and you'll notice that you don't pay for it at all, ever, because it doesn't cost that much. The encoding software is extremely cheap, which makes it very easy for Twitch to pay for large amounts of. The problem comes in the fact that, hold on, I gotta get up to my gold farm. The problem comes in the fact that if you have too much, it gets more expensive to decode more data. So the more data you have to encode, the more Twitch has to pay. So to prevent from Twitch having to pay for that, they just limit you on how much bandwidth how much data you can actually send to their servers to be decoded. And that is where the cost is accrued. Yeah. So, because of that 6,000 now, obviously, because of that 6,000 kilobit limit, that means that you can only do so much with. That means you can only stream at such quality. Think about it like this, because even though you could be sending enough data to Twitch's servers to be streaming. I could send enough data to Twitch's servers to be streaming at that crisp quality that my computer can handle and my internet can handle. But there's the entire problem of when Twitch receives that. When Twitch goes ahead and receives that data from you, they don't decode all of it. They only decode as much as 6,000 kilobits will allow for, and after that, they stop decoding your data. Because they do not want to have to pay more to decode it. And so what that means is that when you send data over to Twitch, they're receiving it, sure, but they're not decoding all of it because of that fact. And so because they're not decoding all of it, that means, you know, instead of decoding everything that's all of the information, they might actually only be decoding a tenth of the information. Yeah, so that's basically how it works in a very horribly explained way. So what you have to do is, instead of let me just put this away and make sure I got books. Here we go. Okay, I need Unbreaking 3, Mending, Efficiency 5, and Silk Touch, right? Yeah. Is there anything else that can go on a pickaxe? Efficiency, Fortune, Mending, Silk Touch, Soulbound. Ooh. Honestly, Soulbound wouldn't be half bad on my stuff, but I need to get a new villager for that, so we'll just stick with the 4 for now. So, what you need to do is you need to understand how much bandwidth certain services will take up. So, what typically happens, 2 emeralds. Oh, I'll take that. I'm pretty sure I've got another villager for that as well. No, you're the same guy as last time. You're looting 3. You're prot 4 piercing and all that. You are thorns. Where's my... Oh, no. Do I not? I could have sworn I had an Efficiency 5 villager. Oh. Oh, yeah, here he is. So, what am I missing? Silk Touch. Do I not have a Silk Touch? I could have sworn I had one. Feather Falling, Thorns. Yeah, you're the Mending guy again. You're Feather Falling 3. You're looting 3. Ah, here we go, Silk Touch. Cool. Anyways, as I was saying, what you want to do is... Oh yeah, I gotta make a new diamond pickaxe. And then upgrade it. Alright. The best way to go about it is either... There's really 2 ways you can go about it. I organized my inventory again, god damn it. There's 2 real ways that you can go about it. Option 1. Option 1 is... what's it called? Give me a moment, I accidentally just completely sorted my inventory and now I need to fix it. Option 1 is doing what I do, which is streaming at 1280 by 720 at 60 FPS. Because that does not break the system. That is enough, that's a low enough quality that the servers can handle it. Option 2 is streaming at 1920 by 1080 at 30 FPS. And those are effectively your only 2 options. Because you'd go any further... Whoops. You go any further and you're going to start chewing through bit. Now, here's something interesting that I've learned. I actually have to go and confirm this information is true, but from what I've heard, you're actually able to stream at higher qualities without being a partner or anything, because if you didn't know, partners because they make so much for Twitch, Twitch allows them to stream at higher qualities. But from what I've heard, you're going to be able to stream at higher qualities without needing to... Ugh, so many ender pearls. Twitch might in the future allow you to stream at higher qualities without having to be a partner, by allowing you to use a different encoding. Encoding and decoding. Because currently, the big problem is there's a limit via what's it called? Why can't I remember the name now? There's a big limit to... There we go. Ooh, Jesus. I almost fell. There's a big limit on what encoders you can use because of what OBS uses to encode. OBS is limited to only a certain number of encoders because of how it's programmed. But yeah, exactly. As you can see, you're limited to how many what you can use to encode with. What OBS is doing, by the sounds of it, is they're actually going to allow you to use more encoding, or use different encoders in the future. One of those, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a free encoder, because it's like open source or something. It's a free encoder, and the encoder is just as good, but because it's free, you're able to encode without problems, basically. So that's the entire thing with the quality things. Basically, Twitch has limitations. You have to make sure that you adhere to the limitations, or else your quality is going to dip. So yeah, I recommend to your friends scaling their output to be around 720p instead of whatever they've currently got it at, and that should help fix it. I know there's like a Twitch bitrate calculator somewhere out there. I'm curious because I'm gonna go look it up here in a moment, but excuse me, guys. Can you? Anyways, let me go quickly search it up. Okay, let's see. So my upload speed's around 300 up. So if I do it at 60 FPS, at 1280 to 720p, a low of around 4400 kilobits per second, with a high of no, that's a weird bug. With a high of around 8300 kilobits per second. Now, if I were to make that 1920 by 1080p, the low is just under 10,000. And remember, Twitch's limit is 6,000. So, by streaming at 1920 by 1080 at 60 FPS, your low is already too little for Twitch. Your low is too much for Twitch to handle. Now at 30, your low goes down to a reasonable 5,000 kilobits per second, which is something that Twitch can handle, which means technically you are getting better quality by streaming at 1920 by 1080 at 30 FPS, but now you're no longer able to cater to lower end devices, and your lower FPS may actually hurt viewership, because you know, if you play a game at really high quality but your FPS, and I'm just going to simulate this, but your FPS is 10, who's going to want to watch this? Like, wow, I'm watching this in 4K, but it's only at 10 FPS. This is not a reasonable viewing experience. So typically higher FPS is a better idea. Hence why I go with 720 at 60. I love the fact that the piglins are considered friendly on the minimap, but zombified piglins are considered hostile. Yeah, no, so yeah, that's the thing. Also, Twitch does limit you to only being able to stream at 60 FPS. What should be the other way around? What, the quality, have it at 1080 30 instead of 7. Oh yeah, piglins, yeah. It should be the other way around, but anyways. Actually, I wonder if I could change that. Either way, that's streaming stuff. Hey, what do you know? I can. I'm not going to do that just because I don't care enough, but either way. Yeah, feel free, if you have any other questions about streaming, feel free to ask, because, well, I might not be big, and I might not do it as like a job or anything. I've done it enough that I understand it, and I'm a computer scientist, so, by summer, I'll be a computer scientist. So I'll be able to more accurately tell you what everything means. Granted, I've taken most of the classes that help me with this. Now the classes are just like, oh, get some real-world experience. Like, Computer Networks was a super fun class. Wait, I got to learn how to make Ethernet cables. Or, I guess, not make Ethernet cables, but kind of trim Ethernet cables. Because, you know, if you buy, let's say, a single 5,000-foot Ethernet cable, that's not going to do you much good, now is it? That's 5,000 feet of Ethernet, but you're probably only going to use upwards of 20 of that. So in case you need to trim it down, I know how to do that. Truth be told, it's probably how large companies do it. They probably buy just really big spools of Ethernet cables and then trim them to be the size that they need them to be. Like I really don't know. You know, now that I got the storage space again, I should start streaming. I should start recording my games and editing them as YouTube videos again. So much netherrack. Yeah, okay, I could just download the VODs, but there's a reason I don't. The reason why I would rather record them instead of downloading the VODs is two reasons. Firstly, I can record at a different quality than I stream at. Like, obviously, I'm streaming at 720p, but I could record at my native resolution of 2K. And so, if I record at my native resolution as 2K, it makes the YouTube videos much nicer to look at. The second reason I would much rather record them than download the VODs is audio tracks. My OBS is set up in such a way that everything is on a different audio track, which means I can isolate audio depending on what's going on. Like, let's say when I'm editing a video, the gameplay's too loud. You can't hear what people are saying. If I were to just download a VOD, I would just kind of have to keep listening and listening to figure out, what are they saying? I can't hear. But if I record it with my OBS settings, I can just mute the gameplay audio and just listen, or I could just single out the Discord audio and be able to listen. Like, there's a channel for all my game audio. All of my game audio goes through a single channel, because even though I've got, like, multiple gameplay captures, which actually, I do need to change that, because it keeps telling me that my OBS has crashed last time, even though it didn't. Is this? Oh. Any game is not working. Okay. Yeah, give me a moment here. I'm gonna change some things up. Let me change this in studio mode so that it doesn't affect the stream. So, I want window capture. Let's make this Minecraft Java. Automatic, yep. And find window of same executable. And capture audio as well. Cool. And then Minecraft, I can put that in my game captures. And repo and satisfactory I'll do with something else. Okay. And then the last thing I need to do is just add in a game capture. Capture gameplay, capture audio beta, there we go. Cool. So hopefully this will fix things for me. Alright. The audio might get a little funky here. As you can tell, nothing has changed. What? Capture audio beta. Is there... Hold on, I'm moving my OBS to another window, and I'm gonna keep in... Or actually, no, I'm not gonna move my OBS to another window. I'm gonna move my audio mixer to another window so that I can keep an eye on it. Alright, undock you. I'm assuming you guys can't hear the game right now because it's not showing up. Like, you can't hear the blocks breaking, right? Screen is frozen? Oh, it is. Isn't that interesting? So you can hear the game. Interesting. Okay. So that doesn't work. Yeah, it's at 10 FPS because I'm tabbed out. I've got some special settings. Okay. So unfortunately, that doesn't work. Give me a moment to put this back in. Let me just get everything set back up here. Okay. Man, I was really hoping that would work, because that would have been really nice. And not having to be told that my OBS has crashed every time I launch it would have been great. Yeah, it is it is that. Cool. Game capture, Minecraft, Java. Capture specific window. Oh. Well, now it appears. Hold on. Tell me if it's still frozen. Tell me you can hear the game and tell me if it's still frozen. It's fine now? Okay. Now what if I delete this? Is it still frozen? Okay, interesting. So let me just go apply some filters on this stuff. Limiter. Gameplay should be louder than the music, but there, I think that should do it. -14 should be good. My microphone is set to -10. The game is set to -14. I'm pretty sure audio music is set to like -15 or so. So hopefully that's all good. Yeah. Well, hopefully that'll hold. 'Cause it's much preferable to just using a bunch of game captures. It's gonna be very interesting to do Archipelago again, because with Archipelago I have to do 2 games at a time. I have to do Repo and Deltarune. Which is fun, but it's challenging to set up with OBS and all of its quirks. What is happening? What was that all about? That was weird. Anyways. It's just so much mining, man. Oh, right. An interesting thing that... nothing that needs to be worried about. Here's an interesting thing. Actually, I'm gonna go patch up some holes before I continue mining, just so that I don't have to deal with this constantly. Here's an interesting thing that Twitch and OBS are doing. I don't know if they talk with Twitch at all, but effectively there's a new option in OBS that when you connect it to Twitch, you can send multiple scaled outputs to Twitch. So that Twitch doesn't have to scale the outputs for you, which means, like, and by scaled outputs, I mean if you go down into the quality options, you can choose from, like, to view the stream in 14 or in 144p, if you're a masochist. And those options exist for people on lower end devices. The nice thing about that, is that you can only do that when you're an affiliate or above, and only partners got guaranteed access to that tool. Meanwhile, if you were an affiliate, your access to having scaled outputs is very, very funky at times, to say the least. Like, maybe sometimes you would have it, other times you wouldn't. It's all based on demand. They can only do it for a certain number of for a certain number of streamers. And once that number is met, they stop doing it for anyone after that. But here's the interesting part about all of that. Even though they've got that limit, they've recently added an option to OBS that allows you to have your computer do all the scaled outputs instead. So obviously, currently, right now, Twitch handles all of the output scaling. They handle what qualities you stream at, and whether or not you're locked to the one quality that you send to Twitch, or if they'll allow you to have their systems continue to do stuff, or to scale it for you. But an interesting option has come about that you can toggle, that allows your computer to calculate and make those scaled outputs themselves, and then send all of them to Twitch, instead of Twitch having to do it themselves, which means if you want to guarantee that you'll have those quality options, you just enable that setting. And it's really nice, because like, it's not useful for partners. For partners, they're just to keep less strain on their computers, you're better off just doing just using Twitch's system, because partners already get priority access to it. But if you're not a partner, if you're an affiliate, or don't even have a contract with Twitch, you can use it. You can use this option to make sure that people on low-end devices will still be able to view your stream. So I've currently got it enabled because, well, obviously I've got a feeling not everybody is got superior internet that has the internet quality to do everything. But so I give them the option to view the stream in different qualities. A lot of technicals. That's really all I've got to say about this, is a lot of technicals. Anyways, let me just patch up this hole, because even though I'm going to mine all this netherrack that I'm placing down out, this layer requires me to have this netherrack here so that I will be able to mine out the netherrack in between all of the bedrock. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been seeing so many mobs wearing a lot of armor on this server. Like, the amount of zombies in full gold that I've seen. You're still here? Like, this bee, man. This bee is like an interdimensional being. Actually, that's a really funny joke. Interdimensional being. Right, now I need somebody to do that. I need somebody to make an interdimensional being that's just a bee. With the joke being that it's an interdimensional being. Team to forever wander the depths of hell. You know, when using it in a sense of not a when using it in the sense of the location, it's not actually a swear word. Fun things you learn. No, what I need, actually, is even better than that. An interdimensional being that's a bee, but it's not even like a sentient bee, it's just a bee. The only special thing about the bee is there's two special things. Firstly, it can swap between dimensions. And second, there's an infinite number of it. So every time you kill it, another one just appears to take its place. I didn't realize just how big this little ravine was. Well, what if I make that a lore point on the server? What if I make that a lore point that there's just this singular bee is actually a god amongst men? But it doesn't know that because it still has the brain capacity of a bee. Like, there is no power more powerful. There is nobody on this server more powerful than this bee. It's just, we're all safe because the bee doesn't know just how powerful it is. But if it were to ever find out that the type of power it possesses, we'd all be doomed. You know what? I should also go grab a name tag for it and call it Interdimensional Being. It didn't even warn me about this ad break. What do you mean? You're supposed to warn me when an ad break's coming up, but no, you didn't. Shame, Twitch, shame. Like, normally I'm supposed to get, like, the option to snooze an ad for 5 minutes. But it didn't tell me. Man, you're getting lucky with the ads. Which honestly is good for me, because the less ads on my channel, the higher the viewership. Although that does mean the lower the money, the revenue I get. But it's not like I was earning much in revenue from ads anyways. I'm pretty sure since I got affiliate, I've earned like $20 in ad revenue. Which is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Yeah, one thing about... One thing about, okay, well, I ran out of blocks, so... I guess I get to go do a little more mining over here. I was thinking about something, but now I can't remember what I was thinking of. An interesting thing is that when you're a small streamer, you should not play ads. They absolutely kill your viewership. Even though it's like, ooh, free money? No, it's not free money. I wish it was. But it is in fact not, because the cost of getting that revenue, getting that ad revenue, comes at viewership. It's just not a worthwhile trade. So, and what I do is, one of the biggest killers of viewership is pre-roll ads, or ads that play when you first join a stream. Those demolish viewership because with them, people will come to your stream. They'll click onto your stream, and the first thing they see is an ad. And so now they don't want to view your stream anymore, because all they're going to see is an ad. They're going to have to watch through like a minute and a half of ads just to start viewing your content, and they don't want to sit through that if they don't even know if you're going to be an enjoyable person to watch. So, instead, what you need to do is you need to have scheduled ads, which is what I do. Where, because scheduled ads completely disable pre-rolls. Unfortunately, there is no real way of fully disabling ads unless you just revoke your contracts with Twitch. But obviously, there's reasons to do that and reasons not to do that. Any case, to fully disable pre-roll ads, you need at least 3 minutes of ads to play every hour. Because I think it's 30 seconds of ads, 30 seconds of ads disables pre-rolls for 10 minutes. I think that's how it works. Because 3 minutes of ads will disable pre-rolls for 60 minutes, so 1 minute of ads will disable it for 20 minutes. Yeah, 30 seconds disables pre-rolls for 10 minutes. So obviously what you do is you play those 3 minutes of ads every hour that you can to make sure that you can, in fact, disable pre-rolls. On top of that, there's actually another reason why you do so many hours. You do 3 minutes of ads per hour. Because if you do 3 minutes of ads per hour, your ad cut from Twitch is significantly increased. Like, I think it goes from being somewhere around 50-50 to 70-30. Where you get a 70% cut of your ads, of ad revenue. Which, you know, very enticing to people. Unfortunately, that does still kill viewership, but I'm looking for a way to make ads not so intrusive while also completely disabling pre-rolls. Currently, what I do is literally once every hour play 60, or once every 60 minutes play 3 minutes of ads. But I could also do 30 seconds of ads every 10 minutes. I was thinking maybe that'd be a better option, because even though they're more frequent, they're shorter. But then again, that's not a great solution either, because being taken out of the game, out of the content that you're watching every 10 minutes it's just not fun. So doing that's also not as great. I wonder. I do 4-hour streams. I wonder, what if I did a bunch of ads during like the first 30 minutes of the stream, because I'm limited to how many ads I can play in a time frame. By doing that, I could theoretically disable pre-rolls for the 4 hours I stream. But as I said, that's theoretically. Why does my mouse keep clicking twice? I am not clicking twice. Gotta give it a thought here. Because 30... No. 30 minutes, because, like... 3 minutes of ads for 1 hour, that's 4 more, that's 4 times, so 12 minutes of ads would theoretically disable my pre-rolls for for an entire stream. Or if I was doing some of my old 8-hour streams, a 24 minutes of ads would disable pre-rolls for the entire stream. That could be a solution, but I've got a feeling that Twitch thought about people using and abusing this, and would have a solution, where like pre-rolls can only pre-roll disabling can only stack up to 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, up to like 70 minutes or so, maybe 90. And because they're unscheduled ads, I would have to be doing them by hand. That would mean I don't cut for, I don't make the cut for the 70-30 revenue split. Which means I'm not earning as much money from Twitch, but you know what, if it means a better way to grow a community, I might just be all for it. Ugh. So many blocks. Dude, I wish I could just be over this. I don't want to be mining here I don't want to be placing blocks and mining here anymore, but I chose to make a giant-ass circle, so I must stick with doing the giant-ass circle. Interesting thought. If you have an extremely large nether portal in the nether, that one nether portal could probably service, like, I don't know, like 5 other nether portals? Like, I'm wondering how many nether portals could one giant nether portal service? Because what happens is when you go through another portal, I don't actually know if this is the case, but this feels like what happens. When you go through another portal, it takes the coordinates of where you were in the nether portal, and then checks around that area in either the overworld or the nether, depending on which portal you entered from. If I were to go through to spawn, it takes the coordinates of where I am in that nether portal, multiplies them by 8, and then does a area check around it within does an area check within a certain radius to find a nether portal to teleport you to. Like, I feel like that would be an efficient way of doing things. But I don't know. And in that case, you could have, like, one nether portal service a bunch of other nether portals, because because when it does that check and looks around for another nether portal for you to enter in, it finds one. Yeah. It finds one and then just teleports you to the first one it finds. Which means that a full-size nether portal might be able to get away with quite a few portals on the other end. Although, actually, no, it would only work on going from the nether to the end, or to the overworld, because the portal in the overworld, it basically has to shrink to match up with the aspect ratio. I don't know. It's all a very interesting idea. That's all I'm gonna say. He's gone. Time to start duplicating stuff. I hate the fact that this mouse is double clicking. Where? I hear a ghast and my first thought is where. Dude, I don't know what it is, but I'm fading again. Honestly, it could be... It could just be, I don't even know. I can't think straight. How long have we been streaming for? Almost 3 hours. Alright. I'll say I might have to stop it short at the 3-hour mark. Because for some reason, I am having some difficulties focusing. Alright, let's just keep going. I wonder how long this season of TSMP is going to last, because... honestly, I hope it lasts a while. Like, I want it to last at least a year. Because these are some pretty crazy things that I'm doing. Yeah, okay, I definitely think at the next hour I'm gonna have to do something, because this does not feel great. Like, I'm just very lightheaded. Maybe I've been talking too much. Alright, hopefully this is the last hole. Never mind, I see multiple other holes. Oh, you can really see me deteriorating. Oh geez, I completely zoned out there. Yeah, something ain't right. I mean, the AC is on again, but it shouldn't be too warm in this room, but maybe I am overheating again. It's hard to say for certain. Yeah, no, at the next hour I definitely think I'm gonna have to end stream and figure out why I feel like this. I don't understand how I didn't feel like this when playing Repo, but I do now. It's very strange. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to struggle here. Yeah, it's just the Moss Haven guys. Oh. Really interesting is I had I don't even remember what I was going to say. This is bad. God, yeah, I need to... Maybe my sleep deprivation is catching up. Like that's the most plausible thing. And doing the same repeatable task over and over is probably not helping. Oh. Yeah, dude, I just keep zoning out. This is not good. Alright. You know, I'll probably finish this up another time. Whew. I am clearly there's not something there's clearly something happening that's not right. But any case, I'm just gonna say it. I hope you all enjoyed. This was a lot of fun. And I'll probably see you all next time on, which should be Sunday. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Yep. A good bye.